Yeah, hi there. This is Michael from the 7-Step System to pass a TOEFL test, and I'm going to answer your questions right now. I'm not going to give you your name for privacy purposes because I'm talking to you publicly via YouTube, but here's what you said. I want information about your S.T.E.A.L.T.H, your 7-Step TOEFL guide. I appeared for the first time in the test on 11th of February. I scored 108, reading 30, listening 29, speaking 20, and writing 29. And my goodness, before I do anything here, I want to do this. I want to congratulate you on doing excellent scores. You got 108, and obviously you want to work a little bit more on your on your speaking. So you say, I'm 29-year-old MBA applicant from India. My score is subpar. Subpar, interesting. I think you're doing great. Anyway, you say, compared to the average scores of my peers at top U.S. business schools that I'm targeting, my main weakness has come out to be the speaking section, and hence, I want to practice comprehensively for about 2 months. I'm planning to retake the test in late April or early May. My target score is 115, with at least 26 in the speaking section. All right, so I guess your question here is, you'd like to know how the course can help achieve your target. I'd also like to know the average number of hours to put in per day and whether the course can be tailor-made to suit my requirements. Exactly. I'm going to just use your initials, VS, right? All right. Here's what we have to do here. So it's obvious here. What you want to know really is, the big question here is, how can I help you get at least, I think what you want to get here is at least 26 points or higher on the speaking, right? And I've had people that fit exactly into your situation. So here's what we can do. In my 7-step system, VS, is I have 2 different sections of my course which are going to help you. Number 1 is my pronunciation, which is step 2. This is called my Speak Clearly service for speakers of American English. And what you want to do first is to take my pronunciation pretest. It's very likely that you're having some pronunciation problems right now, and unfortunately, it's not easy to solve these problems, but you can get started, right? So once you go to the pronunciation area, you want to take my first pretest. When you take this pretest, I will do a diagnostic of what problems you're having in the consonant and vowel sounds of American English. After you do the diagnostic test, you'll record a response at my VoxyPop group. And then I will comment and tell you which lessons you want to focus on. Now remember, in my Speak Clearly part of my 7-Step TOEFL study guide, I have 48 different videos that will teach you how to pronounce all consonants and all vowel sounds of American English. Also, I have videos to help you with word stress, syllable division, grammatical word endings, sentence rhythm, intonation, thought groups, and blending, right? So once you do the first pretest and you study the recommended lessons, then you want to take the next pretest, at which time I'll do a diagnostic of any problems you might have with syllable division, grammatical word endings, word stress, sentence rhythm, thought groups, and also blending. So I think to improve your pronunciation is a difficult challenge at best, right? But if you have a couple of months and you're ready to work hard, I think we can do this. Now, as you're doing those pronunciation videos, I also recommend that you begin my 7th step, which is speaking. I have a series of skill building, independent and integrated writing lessons, and then you can begin taking my practice test, my speaking practice test. I have 50, which is perfect for you. And my allowance right now is you can take 1 speaking practice test per day as long as you're one of my students. Each day you take a practice test, either I or my coworker, we will comment on the practice test. We'll give you a score. We'll tell you what you can do to get better and even recommend certain lessons to help you improve. Remember, overall, I have over 330 lessons in 7 key areas, but for you, the thing that you want to focus on is my pronunciation and my speaking steps. This is exactly how I will tailor my course to fit your needs. So the average number of hours that you want to put in per day, I would say if you have 2 months, and remember that it's not just studying my 7-step study guide, but for you, you want to watch movies, you want to read magazines and newspapers and just get more familiar with the kind of English that you want to use when you're speaking, right? Take opportunities to speak English whenever you want, whenever you can, wherever you can. But in terms of hours per day on my course, I would probably recommend, I would say 2 hours per day, each day, for the 60 days that you're one of my students. And because remember that you're specifically focusing in the speaking area. And that's what you want to do, right? So that would be my suggestions for you. So if we get you, and I think I can get you, and it probably within 2 to 3 months, I can get you up to 26 points, especially based, you're so high in all these other areas, so I don't think you have any major problems probably with grammar and vocabulary. You're probably doing pretty well in those areas. I think your problem is going to be pronunciation. Maybe some development, maybe some organizational things, but whatever your problems are in the speaking, they will become evident as you do my practice test, and then we can work on solving those problems. My question for you is, are you willing to work hard? Will you take my suggestions? Okay, if you answer yes to these questions, I think my course is going to be perfect for you. I will be honored. I will be honored to have somebody who is so competitive and so high in his or her English skills. I'm just honored to have somebody like you, and we know what you need to do. Your focus when you become one of my students is to focus in the pronunciation and the speaking areas. All right, anyway, thank you very much for contacting me, and I hope you'll become one of my students, and all the best to your high-scoring TOEFL speaking success.